Profitez de l'histoire suivante. Lors de ma soirée de remise de diplôme, elle a semé le chaos en m'accusant sans preuve de tenter de séduire son compagnon. La vérité a éclaté lorsque ce dernier a confessé sa trahison et que l'enfant à venir n'était pas de lui, ce qui m'a poussé à lui donner une gifle. Front of everyone. Soi, 22F, recently graduated from business school and my parents hosted a graduation party for me early this week, which was unfortunately ruined by my older sister, Gina, 26F. She and I don't have a good relationship, she's always been a huge attention seeker and can't stand it when I am the center of attraction at any place. Every conversation has always got to be about her, and we have had quite a few fights about this over the years, but I know that she's not gonna change and for the sake of my parents, I was putting up with her and her insufferable behavior, but now I'm done. What happened at my graduation party was unforgivable and I'm not gonna budge on that. During early party, she would always have a tendency to steer the conversation toward her and her life somehow, but this time, she decided to stand up and started to propose a toast. I was actually stunned because he thought that she was going to say nice things about me, but instead, she started off by cooking up some completely BS story about how, just a few months ago, he had apparently been eating on her husband while she was 6 months pregnant. She called me shameless, said that he was a homewrecker and basically implied that he was a woman of loose and questionable character. Obviously nobody was ready to believe it, since everyone in the family knows that I'm not a person like that and my parents, the rest of the family, and my friends immediately started standing up for me and telling her to shut up and stuff. But I think my brother-in-law, Michael, had the best reaction to all of that. At first, he had been just as stunned as I was, but then he seemed to understand what was going on. He calmed everybody down and then he took over the conversation and explained what was happening. Now, coming to the incident that had triggered Gina to say all that, it had taken place a couple of months ago, she got the timeline right. All he had done was send a message to Michael, because in spite of my relationship with Gina, he is a pretty good guy and he has always been nice to me. And the message that he had sent to him was not even something suspect, it was a query about his line of work since he is a financial consultant and he wanted to know how that would work for me in the future. That is literally all that he wanted to know about, and after a very formal and short conversation, we were done. Now he mentioned it to Gina, and of course, she came to the worst possible conclusion about me, and at the party, she decided to get drunk and blabber mouth off about it. She made it seem like it was something very dirty and disgusting on my part, even though he was just asking a question, and she added her own drama into the situation, something that was not even there in the first place. After Michael clarified that to the entire party, he dropped another bombshell and said that he had thought about holding onto this information until after my graduation party was done and dusted because he didn't want to steal my thunder at this time. But now since Gina had so much to say about my character, he thought that it was only appropriate to bring up her character. By then, everyone was in a pretty heated mood, and when Michael said that he was going to talk about her character, Gina completely lost it and started screaming at him, but he didn't let that deter him. He went on and announced to everyone, earlier that week, he had had a paternity test conducted, and just 2 days before my party, he had found out that the baby was not his. Now, at this point, even Gina was shocked, and Michael told her that he had started suspecting her of having an affair at the work party that he had attended with her a few weeks ago and she seemed a little too comfortable with one of her co-workers. Then, he had gone through her phone while she was sleeping, and sure enough, there were a lot of incriminatingly flirtatious texts between the two of them. The very next day, Michael went ahead with the paternity test but he chose to stay quiet about all of this because he knew that it would create chaos in the family, and for my sake, he was willing to wait out until after the party because my parents had put in a lot of effort and money into this grand celebration of my graduation and even though he was very upset with Gina, he didn't think that it would be fair to punish me and my parents for whatever she had done because we had always been nice to him. But now, since the party was ruined, he decided that he might well go ahead and tell the truth, and at least that way, Gina wouldn't get off scot-free for saying all that crap about me. We were literally all speechless, and Gina was crying and didn't even look back after that little speech that he made, et just handed me my gift, congratulated me, and then walked out. After that, we were all very confused about what to do for a couple of seconds, but he realized that this was all Gina's fault and he don't know what got into me. He was so furious that he just walked over to her, grabbed her by the arm and told her that this was all her fault. In front of everyone, he started screaming at her. He told her that she was just an attention-seeking, worthless bimbo and he wanted her out of my sight right that instant. He was furious that she had ruined my party because business school isn't easy. He had to work really hard to get the grade that he did and yet, she couldn't stand the fact that he was being celebrated just for this one day. This has been happening often enough through my childhood and at some point, he had gotten used to it because he know this is just how she is, she's an attention seeker, she can't stand the fact that sometimes he can be the center of attention as well. And because he did not want to upset my parents, he never spoke up about it or addressed it in public, since that would make the situation weird. But that day, he was just done, it was the last nail in the coffin, especially considering the fact that she had tried to imply that he was the woman with questionable character eating on her husband, while she was pregnant, whereas she was literally the one who had been having an affair with a coworker. He was so furious that he just kept cursing at her while she was crying, trying to drag her out of the venue, but she wouldn't leave. And at one point, she told me that he had no right to kick her out because all of this had been paid for by her parents, so she wasn't leaving until they told her to. He don't know what happened to me, but in the heat of the moment, he just slapped her so hard that her glass came off. He didn't stop, he just kept hitting her, until a couple of my friends dragged me away. It wasn't very dignified of me, but he can't help it, he think he just had a full-on breakdown after keeping my feelings suppressed for years and years. Anyway, after he freaked out at her, my friends dragged me away from her and took me to a different part of the venue so he could calm down. After about 10 à 15 minutes, my parents called my friends and he back and since the evening was pretty much ruined by then, we sent everyone home with packet dinner. And on the drive back home, my parents told me that my sister and he had really humiliated both of them today, and they couldn't believe that he, of all people, had lost control like that and behaved in such a weird psychotic way. He was obviously very upset that they were actually holding that against me, so he tried to argue with them. But they told me that it didn't matter if he had been keeping my feelings suppressed for years because at the end of the day, he had let my feeling get the better of me and he had behaved in a way that was completely unacceptable in public and he had ended up humiliating them nevertheless. Because to have a scene like this at an event that you're hosting, it's just embarrassing, and he do get that, but he think that my parents are being unfair to me and he think that a meltdown like that was bound to happen at some point or the other, especially when we were always being forced to play Happy Family so often. So idea for freaking out at my sister and slapping her at my graduation party after she tried to ruin it? Eddie. Okay, so a little about my parents. They have mostly been very easygoing through our childhood, but of course, since my sister and I have so many problems, they have often had to intervene. But to be fair to them, they have mostly always tried to keep things peaceful between us, they have never pitted us against one another, or made things competitive, they have always tried to treat us both equally and celebrate both our achievements. They were just happy for her when she got engaged a couple of years ago, and they were for me when he got into the business school of my choice. So that way, they have always been fair with us, and he can kind of understand why they were upset about the scene that was created at the party. They are also very conscious of their reputation, even if they weren't. He can't imagine any normal kind of person not feeling embarrassed and humiliated by what happened at the party. So that is why I'm even feeling bad and having second thoughts about what he did at the party, because if they had been unfair parents all along, then he wouldn't even have batted an eye before accusing them of being unfair to me, and would have cut ties with them long ago, but that is the issue. They have always been fair to both of us and treated us equally and the only thing that they have asked of us is not any drama in public. So every time that he would feel annoyed with Gina, he would just not say anything about it until later on, and even they would scold her if they thought that her behavior was out of line or if she was being too much to deal with. But that STH most that they could do, they could only tell her not to do things like that, and they couldn't exactly control her behavior the next time we had to put on the act of being a happy family. Personally, he would have liked it if they had cut her out of the family altogether because of her behavior, but they never did, and that is why we were forced together so often, which is why I think that they should have expected this to happen at some point, because even the most patient person can snap at some point if they are pushed too far. And that is what happened to me, which is why I'm so conflicted about this entire situation right now. I just don't understand what to say or do, especially about my parents. Update 1. Okay, so he spoke to my parents, he told them everything about what he had been feeling, and he told them how he thought it was unfair that they constantly expected me to put up with her, especially when they knew that he didn't like her and her behavior, and also noticed that she was always trying to get on my nerve. They should have seen this coming, they should have known that if they kept forcing us together all the time, this was bound to happen, either she would snap or he would, and that is what happened. So this is not something that should have come as a surprise to them, and the fact that they expected me to hold on to my Angers, even after she had ruined my party and tried to humiliate me in the worst way possible, that is just unreasonable of them. Just because they didn't want to let anybody know that we also have family problem, and serious ones at that, they kept trying to pretend like everything was fine, and that is why I had to push my feeling down, because clearly, Gina couldn't care less. She was always going to go out of her way to get on my nerve. So all of a sudden, it became my responsibility to keep a cool head and not let her get to me, and my parents didn't even realize how much pressure that was for me, over and over again. So while he do feel like he could have dealt with the situation better, he don't feel guilty about snapping the way that he did, because he had been pushed to that stage. He told my parents that if they still believe that I am to blame for the way he behaved, then he'll be cutting them out of my life, because they clearly don't understand me how well I thought they did. He spoke to them about this yesterday, about 4 days after the incident, and in the middle, we hadn't really spoken much, so things had been pretty cold and he didn't know what to expect. But then, after he called them up and addressed this, they seemed to understand what he was getting at and finally apologized to me. They told me that they hadn't been thinking about things from my perspective, and it had been very selfish of them because they had become a little too image conscious, and because of that, he constantly had to pretend like my sister's behavior did not bother me. They didn't realize how serious it was getting, and in the past 4 days, after the incident, they had also been thinking about how he had snapped, and my behavior had been pretty uncharacteristic of me, since I'm a pretty level-headed person in general, so he must have been in a pretty bad space to have acted like that, and they felt very guilty for having created a situation like that in the first place. But he told them that it wasn't their fault entirely too, he was just mad that they were saying that they were disappointed in me and stuff. My parents told me that when he called, they had already been thinking about calling me up and apologizing for whatever they had said, because at the end of the day, he had stayed quiet enough, and at some point, they should have expected me to push back. They told me that they had also had a chat with Gina and told her that she needed to publicly apologize to everyone because of what she had told at the party, since it had been pretty embarrassing and humiliating for the family. But of course, Gina, being Gina, turned it around on them, and said that she was the one who had been humiliated because he had slapped her and attacked her like that, so viciously, so if anything, he should be the one apologizing. She also said that he should count himself lucky that she didn't go to the co with this, because she very well could have, since even if the provocation had been there, it had only been verbal, she hadn't attacked me physically, which she had done. My parents obviously defended me. They said that she was who had started the whole thing, and given her history, where she has always tried to provoke me, she should have expected this at some point, and maybe getting violent with her was not the answer, but surely it couldn't have come as a shock to her that he was not letting this go this time. So then they got into a fight, She said that they had always treated me as a golden child, which was just not true. She also had the same complaint, that even though she never liked me, they were always pushing us in situation where we had to pretend that we liked each other, and they should have thought about her as well. So now, my parents have decided that for any future party or get-together that they host, only he will be invited to. Because at least he had the decency of holding back and not humiliating them in public until he just couldn't take it anymore, Bugina had always been a postere. She constantly went out of her way to create trouble in situations like this, and it was about time that she faced her karma for it. So now, my parents were not going to be speaking to her or inviting her to anything. Especially until she apologized to all the guests who had been invited to the party because everyone knows that she was the one who started the whole thing. And I'm pretty happy about it, this is exactly what she deserves, and I'm also glad that my parents apologized and stuff, because apart from what there happened recently with us, he have a good relationship with my parents, and he didn't want to lose that. Update 2. So it's been a couple of days since my last update and I've stayed in touch with my parents, but I haven't been speaking to Gina. And that is why earlier today, she called them up again, to ask, why exactly were they ignoring her, and they told her that they had already asked her to apologize publicly, but she hadn't done that, and on top of that, after the last fight that they had, my parents didn't want to speak to her anyway. So once again, she brought up the whole golden child thing, accused them of treating her unfairly and stuff, and my parents had enough. They told her to cut it out because she had really embarrassed them with her action beyond word now, and they didn't want to engage with her anymore. They were just done with her and didn't expect anything from her, and then right before they were about to hang up, she started crying and saying that she had nowhere to go, so that is why she was calling them. Apparently, after the party, Michael had asked her to leave the house when she came back home, Tugay did keep the baby with him and told her that he was ready to stay with him until she found a permanent place. She tried to reason with him, but he just wouldn't have it, so she had to stay with a friend now, that friend is not willing to let her stay anymore because she stay with her boyfriend, and of course, it's inconvenient to have Gina stay with her. So Gina was calling her parents to ask if she could stay there with the baby until everything with the divorce was sorted out. And they told her that they needed to think about it, and then hung up and called me, so they could ask me what to do because they had no idea. On one hand, it was a bit of a dilemma for them because they didn't want to help Gina out right now, especially after how she had behaved at the party, since that would be pretty disrespectful and insensitive to me. But on the other hand, they also don't want to let her end up without a place to crash, since that is going to spell trouble for their grandchild because it's not like Michael will take care of him permanently if she can't find a place to live. And the baby is just a few months old right now, she needs all the help that she can get to handle him. Because Michael has made it very clear that he is only going to give her until the end of the month to find a place, and then, she and the baby are going to be on her own. He is not going to take any responsibility of the child, and it's fair enough because it's not his child after all. So taking all this into consideration, Gina turned to her parents, and they asked me for advice. And he could have taken the easy way out, been petty about it, and told them not to help her out and let her handle this on her own, but then, honestly, he was only just thinking about the baby. Because in this entire situation, if there is anybody who is absolutely no fault, it's the baby. And yet, it had started to look like no matter whose fault the situation was, the baby was going to suffer the most. So without thinking twice, he told my parents that they should definitely help her out right now. Since in the future, he don't want them to regret turning her away or resent for telling them to do so. And also because, like he said, he was only thinking about the baby. When he told my parents that he wanted them to help her out, they started hanging me, and my mom actually started crying. She told me that she knew that he was going to say exactly this because that is just the kind of person that he was. In spite of everything that has happened in the past with Gina, I'm still not willing to take things to a level where he might end up hurting her child in a way that he can't take back. And she told me that she's proud of me for doing the something. So along I have that, I really don't care about Gina or anything else. The only thing that I'm kind of slightly worried about is that things are going to be very awkward if I go over for her dinner or whatever to my parents' place, because I do try to meet them at least once a week. So this week, I might ask them to come over for lunch or dinner or whatever. Because if I go to their place, I'm sure that there will be a lot of drama to deal with given that Gina is going to be there. It's not that I'm scared of facing her or something. I just don't want to see her right now. Everything is still pretty fresh, and even though I have told my parents that she can stay with them and I won't mind it, that doesn't mean that I have to see her and be okay with her. I don't like her, I don't think I ever will, and that is why I'm going to keep my distance from her, and I think my parents will understand. Anyway, that being said, I'm really happy about the decision that I made, because at least it's not going to weigh on my conscience, had I decided otherwise. I'm also glad that my parents decided to consult with me first before coming to a decision themselves, since it just shows that they consider me very important in their life and I really value and respect that. Update 3. So today, I finally went over to my parents' place for dinner. For the past 2 weeks, they had been visiting me at my house, but today, they told me that it's about time that I come over and we don't have to walk on just because Gina is going to be there. I was a bit skeptical about it in the beginning, but then I realized that they were right. I don't have to change my whole thing just because she's going to be there. If anything, she should be grateful to me because I was the one who convinced her parents to let her stay with them with her son. Anyway, just as I had expected, as soon as I walked into the door, she started making fuss and stuff and started muttering under her breath, as if that was going to affect me. But this time, my parents were prepared, and they told her off about it instantly. They told her that she needed to cut it out and start acting normally, because had it not been for my advice, they probably wouldn't even have taken her in. And right now, she's staying with them, she's obligated to behave the way that they want her to. When she tried to get defensive, my mom reminded her that, in spite of the fact that she hadn't issued a public apology after whatever happened at the party, they had still taken her in because they loved their grandchild. But that doesn't mean that they have forgiven her entirely, and if she wants to stay part of the family, she's going to have to learn to behave herself and keep herself in check because this sort of psychotic behavior is not going to fly with us anymore. They told her that they had tolerated it for enough time, hoping that she would change, but she never had. And yet, in spite of that, she had been allowed to stay with her parents when she had nowhere else to go, and even I was generous enough to not hold that against my parents. So since we were all being so accommodating of her, she needed to start acting grateful or she would be back on the streets again. After that, she was pretty stunned, because I don't think she has been spoken to like that ever, and even I was kind of shocked because my parents are usually very gentle, even when they're reprimanding people. But I guess their word got to her. So instead of spending the rest of the evening sitting with us and making fuss and snarky remarks about me, something that she would have done under usual circumstances, she decided to restrict herself to the guest room where she was staying and came out only for dinner and when she had to feed her son. The rest of the time, my parents and I could talk freely, undisturbed, and this was a good it's going to get for us also. I'm fine with it. Update 4. So it's been a few months and Gina's divorce has officially been finalized. She and Michael are no longer together and even though in the middle, she was able to find a place she has decided to still stay on with her parents. Because the man that she had the affair with, who is the actual biological father of the baby, refused to pay child support, she figured that it would be cheaper to just stay with her parents because they would be able to help her out and she wouldn't have to pay for separate babysitting service or rent, and that way she'll be able to save a lot of money. And my parents have agreed, because they get to spend a lot of time with their grandchild, and I get to spend a lot of time with my nephew as well since in a few weeks, Gina is going back to work. If she dislikes it, she doesn't let it show, probably because she knows that she can't afford to take her parent off right now. And the baby is fine, and seem to like me, so I really don't care what Gina thinks. My parents have also been very clever about the whole situation, and they also have custody of the baby according to a legal agreement that they had signed. Things are still tense between them. So I think that was necessary. Anyway, for now, the situation is working out pretty well and I think everybody is fine with where they are with regard to this family. Gina and I obviously still don't talk, and neither are we interested in fixing our relationship, but we are in a place where we are at least not at each other constantly, so I think that is a significant improvement now.